I'm Joe WhattaDay Lowry for OneWrestlingVideo.com. I recently had the chance to catch up with former WWE superstar Carlito. Let's roll the tape. Hey everybody, Joe Lowry, what a day, and my guest at this time really needs no introduction. He is a former WWE superstar who has held both the Intercontinental and United States Championships, recently making an appearance at this year's Royal Rumble, and of course the following night on Monday Night Raw. He's well known throughout the world. Let's welcome to the show the coolest guy I know, Carlito.
Hey, Joe, what a day.
There you go. You know, you've been rumored for quite some time now to make an appearance at the Royal Rumble. Any particular reason why this year was the year to enter the big match?
Yeah, it was about time. You know, after 10 plus years, I think it was about time to show up in one of them. Exactly. After hearing it for so many years,
yeah,
I said, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. But yeah, it was they invited me, so.
Oh, that's good. Have they invited you in the past, or was this just like the first time? No,
it was the first time I got invited back. So,
because I can tell you, I mean, probably since 2013-14, you've been rumored to come back, and every year I watch, I'm like, he's not there again. I wonder what's going on. So, of course, you made your way to the ring. The most talked about storyline, I've seen it everywhere now, is your incredible physique. What's with the? You do look incredible. What was with the big change there? Did something you needed to do or wanted to do? You fill us in.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, before, I don't know if it's an insult or if it's a compliment. The way people have reacted to my physique. You know, I've been like this for a couple of years now. Since I'd say, I don't know, 2014, 15 maybe.
Right.
Yeah, you know, when I just had more time to be at home, to eat right, to train right, rest my body. You know, I talked to Chris Masters, who I think knows a thing or two about working out, and he gave me some points. And yeah, from there, you know, just I don't know, it wasn't really a goal. It was just something that ended up happening. I mean, working out again.
I very much like the transformation. I mean, you look like, you know, to me, wrestling growing up to me was wrestlers were larger than life. So to see you bulk up like that, I mean, I thought it was great. So kudos to you for all that. Now, going back to your days in the WWE, you have asked for your release a couple of times. What was the reasoning behind that?
I just, like I said, I needed to get away. I needed a break. There was a bunch of things going on in my personal life. You know, and my plan was always just to take a break and come back.
Right.
You know? So yeah, that's the main reason. I just need to get away from everything.
Right. Now, obviously, you are the son of legendary Hall of Famer Carlos Colon, who I grew up reading in the magazines because he was always in Puerto Rico wrestling and so forth. Wildly popular man and so forth. Do you and your brothers find it hard as second-generation wrestlers to live up to the expectation of the Colon name?
Not really. I don't think so. I think we did all right. You know what I mean? We also, like, you know, we didn't want to be a carbon copy of our father, or me especially. I knew the first thing I wanted to do was go in a completely different direction than my dad, and just you know, But the pressure, no, thank God I never. You know, I don't know, maybe we were just cocky or overconfident, but I always you know, believed in my talent. I always thought I could bring something different to the table. I wasn't, you know, I felt like I was never living off my dad's name, because I always said generation, you know, like things with Charlotte. Charlotte gets all these opportunities. The thing is, with second generation, yeah, the doors open a lot quicker than everybody else. But at the same time, they don't see you; they see whoever, you know, be it your uncle, aunt, or you. So you have to perform at a certain level, way of others that just got through the door. So you know, Charlotte, you know, she's, you know, I think she's one of the best, regardless of what her last name is. She would have been a superstar anyway.
I think that's why she kind of goes to like to the first name Charlotte as it is. It's ironic you say that because I think she's one of the best wrestlers out there without the Flair name. Obviously she was a late bloomer. It was her brother that wanted to get into the action and so forth, but you know, kudos to her and so forth. Now, the 2014 Hall of Fame induction, I just rewatched it again. What was it like going back to induct your father and so forth? You had a cute little opening there where, you know, you got your time cut short. Nothing else has changed. And then the Carlito chant started. What did it feel like to embrace that again after being away for a while?
Yeah, it felt great, but mainly I was there. You know, mainly I was there just for my father. You know, I was just so proud and honored to be a part of that. And you know, of course, you know, I wanted to induct my father. So for me, that also was great. It was a little bonus, but for me, it was the excitement of just seeing my dad get inducted. You know, he should have been a long time ago. So I'm glad it's finally happening for him, and I was glad that I was able to induct him with my, you know, with my brother, my cousin.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great that the Carlito chants broke out and so forth. Got to ask you though, the apple gimmick. Where did that come from? How did that start?
That was from one of the vignettes before I debuted. I was at a fruit vendor's, grabbed an apple and I spat it on the vendor.
Right.
Then I guess Vince saw it and loved it, and just I think it was a man idea. He just wanted me to keep on doing it.
That's awesome. I love that gimmick. I hope it comes back.
Well, we'll see. With COVID, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But the way they do things nowadays, I'm sure you can reincarnate that in some aspect or whatever, whether you're from a distance and so forth. Now, of course, I would be remiss if I did not mention one of my favorite TV shows, Netflix's Glow. I was shocked that first season to see you make an appearance on there as Big Kurt Jackson, one half of the tag team, the Lumberjacks. And how did you land this role alongside Brodus Clay, obviously, a.k.a. Tyrus, Chavo Guerrero Jr., and John Morrison? How did that all come about? I know Netflix and Glow is a thing, but how did you guys get involved with that?
Well, I just auditioned on my own. My agent came and said there's a show called Glow. They have exactly. I auditioned a couple of times. I auditioned for, I think, both brothers.
Okay.
I auditioned maybe I'd say about 2 or 3 times, maybe even 4. And then, nothing. I heard nothing. And then, a couple of weeks later, they finally told me that I was going to play the role of Kurt Jackson. That was fun, man. Being in the acting world, it was cool because after being a veteran in wrestling for so many years,
right,
I felt like I was a rookie again. Starting from the bottom and working my way up. So I found that definitely exciting and something, just something new.
Now, how hands-on were you, obviously on camera, but off camera with the ladies and so forth? I mean, did you have a chance to hang out with Allison Brie and the girls? All that.
Talk, in between, because there's a lot of time in between. Takes a long time to set up from different angles and stuff. So I got to talk to them a little bit.
Right, that's nice, awesome. So real quickly, what's the next chapter for Carlito? Where do you go from here? I mean, is WWE on the radar? Is AEW? I mean, you have a following, so what is next for Carlito?
Man, who knows, man? As of now, I'm open to whatever kind of idea that's out there.
Right.
Right now, I don't know. I'm on my own, and if a great opportunity, go back.
Right.
Other things going on. I don't really, what do you call it? Not, I'm just open to it. Like I said, I'm just open to whatever comes my way.
Sure. Now, if AEW comes calling you, would you go there or at least try out with them and so forth? I mean, I know they're been on the veteran kick and so forth lately with, Miro, Jake the Snake coming back, Arn Anderson, all those guys. Would you be willing to do something like that?
Like I said, I'm open to whatever, man. All that, whatever great ideas out there, I'm willing to listen and see if I fit in there somehow.
Right. Now, do you also feel there's more acting out there for you in the Hollywood side of things?
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's something that I also would like to pursue.
Right.
It's like I said, man, it's just something new and something fun.
Okay. Things I like to ask, wrestlers when they were growing up and so forth. Who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
I get that a lot.
I got to ask.
I'd probably say my dad.
Yeah. Okay.
Outside of that, I don't know who's my favorite. There was a bunch of wrestlers I liked. I liked all the guys back in the day. Was in Macho Man, Hogan. Of course, I love the Four Horsemen.
Right.
Awesome. I don't know, just a bunch of Abdullah Butcher.
Yeah. Have you ever met Abdullah the Butcher?
Pardon me?
Have you ever met Abdullah?
I've wrestled Abdullah Butcher.
Oh, you have? Okay, I wasn't sure or not. Because I got to tell you, growing up reading those wrestling magazines, he scared the heck out of me. And then when I first saw him wrestle on TV, he even scared the heck out of me then. So I can imagine just meeting him.
After my father saw him, the crowd would just, run from him. It was great back in the day.
I used to see those matches from Puerto Rico, and him and your father would wrestle, and they'd roll out of the ring, and the crowd would just disperse so fast. And that's probably kind of why I became a fan, because it was like watching real excitement. Like, oh my goodness, I would love to be in that audience. It's like the first time I was at the Boston Garden as a kid watching Andre the Giant beat Killer Khan. And when Andre walked out, everybody just ran. They were scared. It was like, wow, larger than life characters. So now, fans, they've commented on, obviously you're on social media and so forth. You get a lot of good feedback from the Royal Rumble entrance and, of course, the Monday night matchup the following night.
I think we cut off there for a second.
Do you get a lot of attention after the Royal Rumble entrance and the Monday Night Raw appearance? Have fans reached out to you to say welcome back and all that stuff?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been nothing but positive responses from the people. You know what I mean? And I'm really humbled to, for them to receive me like that, and to still, still feel relevant after being, 10 plus years,
Yeah.
not only off WWE TV, but pretty much being off TV, because I've never been into any other promotion besides WWE all these years. So,
Right.
just to still remember me, and just, just to say thank you for showing up, and, it brings back to childhood and stuff. It really meant a lot to me. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad, people receive me that way.
Awesome. I think you're one of the wildly popular guys there. I'm glad. To me, you made me a fan again watching the Rumble. With COVID and everything nowadays. Your opinion? Where do you see wrestling going forward with the COVID situation and so forth? I mean, have you been independently wrestling in front of sparse fans, empty arenas, things of that nature? Where do you see the sport going?
I hopefully going back to normal at some point, because the fans are very important
Right.
especially in the wrestling business. You know what I mean? Besides other, I think it's more important than basketball or even UFC. You've seen that they can still put on great shows. You know what I mean? You even forget that there was an audience before. But with wrestling, I think especially as a performer, you really depend on their energy. I know it's important to I said, oh, but we feed off, but you really do feed off the energy of the people.
Right.
In fact, WWE's been one of the pioneers in this. They've been, at the forefront of this. So I think if anybody's going to get people back, is going to be WWE first. So I think everything will, be back to normal. If not, if this is the new normal, it's going to have, be getting used to by everybody.
Right. Now, speaking of WrestleMania and WWE, from what I'm hearing now, it's going to be a 2-night event, and fans are going to be allowed in. Obviously, they're wrestling in Tampa Bay. Super Bowl was just there and so forth. So in Florida, it's pretty much wide open now. Do you think you might have a chance of going to WrestleMania if they give you a buzz?
Well, like I said, I would love to. Who would want to be a part of WrestleMania? I would love to.
Right.
I'd be more than happy to do so.
Right. That's great. Great. Well, I wish you the best of luck and so forth. Real quickly, can you tell the fans where they can reach you on social media?
On social media, my Twitter is @LitoCologne279, but they're both the same. And, follow me there if you want. If not, it's also okay. But yeah, those are two. I think, that's about it. I'm not the biggest social media guy, but that's where you can
Some
find
people are. It's amazing. Some people are on there, off it, whatever. I always give them a chance to advertise, so at least promote themselves and so forth, because I think it's a great way to keep in touch with the stars and so forth. So, but I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to join me here on What a Day. I wish you the best of luck. Do you have any message to the fans before we leave?
No, once again, just thank you for, receiving me the way you guys did. And just, still being fans after all these years. And, what a day.
All right. All right. Thanks, Carlito. I appreciate it. Everybody, I'm Joe Lowry. What a day.